years, wop wop wop, golden years.
G'day guys, welcome to Comics Etc. issue 8.
The golden years issue.
Yep, so look, no news today. Comic book news has been kind of light. Let's just start with that. So it's the golden years episode because we're going to be talking about some classic comics that we think deserve a bit of attention, and the reason it's called golden years is because I cannot stand that song by, who was it again?
David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Or David Bowie, whatever
David
you say it.
Bowie. Just terrible. I don't have a problem with it. It's just, so the backstory is that on our old internet service provider, who were horrible, I would have to be on hold with them for hours at a time, and they only had that one song as their hold music. So you would be on, I'm not kidding, like 3 hours you'd be on hold, and all you'd hear is golden years. And now I cannot hear that song again. It drives me nuts. So that's why we're calling this episode Golden Years. Thanks for that.
Well, yeah, we'll do it once a week. Sometimes we'll talk about our favourite issues that we just want to talk about. Yeah.
And just a milk update, because I know you've been curious. Today I tried oat milk, and I loved it.
I knew you would. I told you it's my favourite.
Today was oat milk, and oat milk in my coffee. So now it goes Zimmel. Zimmel's still number one. Oat milk, regular milk, skim milk, almond milk.
And next up's...
Going to try coconut milk.
Yeah.
And... apparently...
goat's milk.
Well, my place doesn't have it, but they've got...
Have you had macadamia nut?
No, that's apparently on it too. I'm looking forward to that, because I do love a good macadamia nut.
I find it sweet, but...
I love it, yeah. With one sugar, that'll be good, hopefully.
Don't need sugar.
Well, you should.
Where's your book?
Where's my book? Okay, here's my book. Alright, so the book that I chose to talk about today is one that I feel bad about neglecting in all the Facebook Live shows that we've done, and that is Ms. Marvel. I read the first couple of volumes of this series, and I absolutely loved it. Now, it is by G.W. Wilson and Adrian... Is it Adrian? Alfona. Adrian Alfona, who also, by the way, is the artist on Runaways.
I thought you were going to mention Runaways when you talk about this.
I might have... you know what? No, I think they're both of equal quality, but I don't find the... what they have in common that similar. Really fantastic. The artwork, by the way, is different enough that even though it's the same artist, the style has changed dramatically. So you've all probably heard of, I was going to call it Kamala again. It is Kamala Khan. She is the Muslim Ms. Marvel that I think it was about 2016 or 2014 where she came into the Marvel Universe and got a lot of attention because she is a Muslim American. It is a part of this comic, but it is handled so incredibly well. G.W. Wilson has one of the best handles on teenage drama, dialogue, problems that probably the best I've seen since Brian Michael Bendis' early Ultimate Spider-Mans. You feel her plight as being someone who wants to rebel against her religion. You can sense the drama that she has with her parents about traditions. So basically, she lives with her family in New York City. Her parents are kind of traditional Muslims. She wants to rebel against religion a bit, and her brother he's not an extremist, but he's like a hardcore, let's follow the rules and do everything right. And it shows them all kind of debating with each other about how life should be, especially living in New York and Kamala being a little bit ostracized in high school. So it starts off with, this is her in her New York deli. Look at that artwork, by the way.
Oh, that's a nice sandwich.
That's a really good sandwich.
Is the sandwich the new doorknobs?
yeah. Actually, I'll rate it as Subway's subs.
Okay.
Sponsorship. Throw us a like and subscribe, Subway.
I don't know if I want them.
Why? There's none in Brisbane at the moment. So this is the local deli where her best friend works, that she kind of hangs around. It's kind of her headquarters a little bit because her friend is the only person that knows about her powers. So just a little bit of caveat, is that the word I'm looking for about the book? It has its origins during the horrific Inhuman storyline that Marvel did where they tried to make the Inhumans the new X-Men, and a big mist rolls through New York City and it transforms regular citizens into superheroes, and she is one of them. So this is her family, by the way, that I was referring to earlier. So I chose this page because it has a perfect representation of the members of her family with her mother and father and her... You can see how they dress regularly, but the brother is a devout Muslim and she's having a lot of conflict with him. They clearly don't want her to be out past curfew or drinking and all that, but she's a teenager in New York and that's what she wants to do. So while she's out breaking curfew one night, did you ever break curfew?
I didn't have curfew.
Oh, really?
Because, I don't know, it's more American.
Yeah, it kind of is, yeah. And if you're in New York, probably would too. So she... Oh, that's out of order. So she gains powers by this mist, and she's unsure of her powers. And you know what? As a reader, you are too. You know she can, like, change her appearance. You know she can grow and shrink. And she has a thing where her arms particularly become, like...
Stretchy?
Yeah, what's that?
Like the guy Starzan from Street Fighter?
Yeah, like...
Or Stretch? No, that's
Ryu.
That's Ryu.
No, she doesn't do fire beams.
Yeah, but he does... His arms stretch.
Oh, true. So, this is really out of order, so ignore all those. So, yeah, this is the mist. She goes through the mist. She gets into a cocoon. She knocks her way out of it. But when she's in it, she has a daydream about Ms. Marvel and the Avengers, because she's a huge superhero nut. Like, she's a huge fan of them. And when she comes out of them, she's actually dressed as Ms. Marvel. So a part of her ability is she can transform a little bit like... It's a mixture of like Mr. Fantastic. And you know what? She's kind of a unique superhero in regards that she changed her appearance totally to this, because that's what she was thinking about. And she soon realizes in the upcoming issues is that every time she does want a power, she can kind of get it, whether it be shrinking or growing or stuff. Let me go back to that image that I wanted to show.
So this doesn't tie in with Stephen King's The Mist? They're not related?
No.
Okay.
Would have made it a better story. So here she is when she's running away in high school. She's in the thing and she grows really
See, if you had to ask me what Ms. Marvel's superpowers were, I wouldn't even be able to answer you.
Yeah, look, and I like the fact that I cannot tell you after reading the first volume at least. You find out later on what her powers are. I like the fact that it's a mystery to the reader as much as it is to her what she can actually do and what her abilities are.
Well, this went for like 9 volumes?
Yeah,
That's pretty deep.
I don't know for sure if the artist stays through,
yeah.
but I know G.W. Wilson stayed on it for like 9 volumes or so. And one of the comics that I reviewed on the Facebook Live that I loved and I continued with was Flash, the Rebirth run. And you know what? I'm going to continue with this one too. I'm going to go through and I'm going to read all 9 volumes. Just honestly, it's one of those dream teams in comics. I really hope that the team get together and do something on Image.
Maybe you could do a Ms. Marvel retrospective one day.
Yeah, actually, it's not a bad idea. So this panel is... So she does stuff, once again, like Ultimate Spider-Man, where she doesn't don the suit straight away. It takes her a while to kind of come up with an idea. This is the first panel of her in her Ms. Marvel costume. And she chose Ms. Marvel because she's a huge Ms. Marvel fangirl. And this is her. So, in case you can't tell in this picture, she's shrunk. She's little. She's real little.
Did she say,
and she grows big again.
Is Dawn is good?
Is Dawn is good. So, guys, I absolutely loved it. So, you want me to review it out of
subs?
Subs? I'm going to give it 4.5 subs. I'm going to get 4 footlongs and 1 6-inch sub for this one there.
It's pretty high.
So, yeah, I couldn't give it the 5 out of 5 because I'm
You're
one of
on a
those.
diet?
Hey, the hell's that supposed to mean?
Awkward.
That's... Everyone goes through something during this COVID thing, and thanks a lot. So yeah, that was Ms. Marvel. Highly recommended. Honestly, not even if you're just a teenager, not even if you just... I hate it that it gets labelled, and comics in general get labelled as a girl or a boy comic just because it has a girl or a boy lead in it.
Comics.
It's just horse crap. I read this as a 38... Are we 38 or 37?
I don't know. Remember, I thought I gained
I think that as a 37-year-old guy in Brisbane, I loved it. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't want to read it, honestly, just read it. You won't be disappointed. So your turn now. Let's see if this works. We're having trouble with the system today, so I hope this works. No. Hey! We got there in the end.
So I'm going to review Stumptown, and that is by a name that you should all be familiar with, Greg Rucka. Lazarus. What else? Keep going.
A lot of Batman.
More. Yeah, he did New Gotham.
The Atticus Kodiak series of books, which I highly like.
Gotham Central.
Yep. Old Guard, which is now a movie on Netflix.
Well, we can flick the mic.
Starring Charlize Theron.
Wow.
Did you know that?
Which one was? Is it out?
I think it's out, or it's almost out.
No, it's not out yet.
No.
Good research.
I've seen the trailer.
Stumptown is a TV show.
Yeah, TV show. There we go.
So
starring Kobe.
Not too early. But yeah, I'll start talking about Stumptown.
Do you want me to go back through? Let me cycle through. Wait.
No. Just
everyone
stay
close
here.
your eyes.
Just
Everyone
stay here.
close your
Just
eyes.
stay here. It's fine.
All right.
So Stumptown is pretty much almost like, so they're a detective group based in Portland, Oregon, and so it starts off really random. There's the main character is called Hex, and she is in a casino, and she wants to borrow more money from the house, and
Joe Pesci in it?
Don't interrupt. I didn't interrupt yours. And she goes up to the owner of the casino and asks, because they asked to see her, and she wants to get more money.
Yep.
And she says no, because you already owe me 16,000 and something, like an exact amount. But she says that so her daughter is missing. So
Hex.
she's
a
no,
mom?
no, not her daughter,
Oh.
the casino owner's
Right.
daughter. She says, if you find my daughter, we will scrap your debt.
Yep.
And that starts her investigation. So she has a brother that lives at home, and he just plays video games. He does work.
Is it a brother from another mother?
No. And she's got, it seems like a bit of a rough life. Like, she doesn't seem like she has a steady job, that this sort of investigation thing's a bit on, like, it's not a really reliable job.
Yep.
So she starts this investigation, and she runs into trouble fairly quickly, because she goes to the daughter's house, and there's two thugs waiting for her. And right off the bat, so this is one of those comics that it starts off showing you she's trapped in a car boot. So you're like, oh, well, how did she get here?
I love that.
And then it says 24 hours earlier.
Yeah,
So it's
I
kind
love
of like, it builds up to that spot
Yep.
and then keeps going.
I love that, because your eyes would go, oh, I wonder what happened. And then when you get to that bit, you're like, that's right, car boot.
Yeah, so it's very well done. If you're a fan of any Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips' work, you'll enjoy this one.
Yeah, you told me that if you like criminal.
Well, you can even tell by the art.
Yeah.
It's very nice art.
Who does the artwork? Matthew Southworth. I never even heard of Matthew Southworth.
No, me neither. And so, as you can see, the color use is really cool. Like, there's a lot of different scenes of like mornings and nights, and they really do. See, that's a day scene.
It looks
really
like criminal.
cool.
It looks like I'm looking at an
exactly.
Ed Brubaker book.
And as the story goes on, she runs into the two goons that try to kill her end up being guys that work for. So it gets quite not complicated, but there's a lot going on.
Yep.
And she gets caught up in this web.
Okay.
And as it goes on, it does. Yeah. So look at this. Like, there's a few panels that have nothing but, she's doing surveillance, or like she's being followed, and it's really well done.
Rucker is really good at that.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed this book, and the ending is a bit of a, you don't know if she's 100%. So she does close the case in a way, but you're not sure if it's still, there's lingering problems left over. So I definitely want to keep reading it. See, these, like, there's some really cool panels where it's just full pages, and it's a lot of gunfighting. And again, any fans of criminal or that sort of crime noir, you'll definitely dig this.
Each book is a case?
I feel like, so volume 1, it's called The Case of the Girl Who Took Her Shampoo But Left Her Mini. So her mini is her car, so she actually leaves her car when she first gets to the house. She hasn't taken her car, so that's why.
So she's a private eye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it does sometimes go back to her private life, where she's looking after her brother, and someone comes to pick him up to take him to work, and the brother, I think he's not, like, he might have
special needs.
Yeah. Yep. And she seems to be in a bit of a struggle with constantly going back home to look after him, and trying to be on cases where she almost gets killed. Yep. So there's a lot going on, but I definitely want to read the next volume to see if there is a whole new case, and if any characters come back. And I feel like there's 4 volumes.
I think so. I think it's 4 volumes.
Yeah. So if I had to give it, let's say, what can I rate it from?
First of all, quick question: why is it called Stumptown?
Yeah, that I never really.
Did you watch Portlandia?
Yes,
that was great,
a brilliant show.
Yeah, last season was amazing. It's one of those series where it
should have stopped earlier, but or
any of the characters from Portlandia are in it.
No,
No.
I wish.
The Mayor.
It's too serious for that.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, yeah, that's I don't really understand why it is called that because no one's got. Yeah,
Mate, are they
stumps.
are they stumped?
Mm.
Are they stumped about who did the crime? So they're like, I'm stumped.
Yeah,
Stumptown.
maybe. But I haven't watched the show.
What do you want to rate it out of? What's something that's in it? Switchblades?
No, Brewbackers.
Oh wow, okay, that's really good. How many Brewbakers out of 5 would you give it?
I'm gonna give it 4.
Whoa.
Because it was a really good read. I was hooked.
Yeah.
And I read it start to finish, no breaks. I know, big book to take in. Yep. James has accomplished this with ego, but yeah,
good.
100%. If you're a crime fan, get into it.
I am a crime fan, a Rucker fan, and I have read this and I also love it. But I can't review it because I haven't read it for a very long time. But Rucker's never let me down, and this one, he didn't either.
No.
So that's it. That's today's show. Another shorty. Don't forget to throw us a
like and subscribe.
Yeah, just hit down there and you can see whenever we have a show. And we will join you later in the week where we
look at what's coming up for the week after.
Yeah, we will. Yep.
Which I think is a mega week.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming out.
So,
like the Joker, 90th.
Don't spoil too much.
But no, we won't spoil it. It's a good week coming up. So
but
thanks,
remember,
everyone.
This
we'll
was
see you.
Comics Etc. Golden Years.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. And this was episode 8. So see you guys for episode 9. Bye.
Peace.